Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into Bank of Hawaii Corporation's annual report, and let me tell you, it's more than just leis and luau's, though hopefully, their financials are a little more festive than last year. Prepare for a turbulent ride as we're going through the ups and downs, challenges, and strategic choices facing this Hawaiian financial giant. We're going to cover a lot from the business landscape they are playing in, the risks, and of course, the cold hard numbers. First, who are we talking about? Bank of Hawaii Corporation is a bank holding company, meaning they own Bank of Hawaii, their main bank. They provide all sorts of financial services, from basic checking accounts to investment advice, mostly in Hawaii, Guam, and other Pacific islands. So they're really tied to the fate of that region. And just like any business, they aren't alone, they face a ton of competition. We are talking about traditional banks, credit unions, mortgage companies, and even those new age online finance companies. Some of these competitors have it easier because they don't have as many regulations or they pay less in taxes, so it is a tough environment. Now you cannot talk about banks without mentioning the Dodd-Frank Act, a massive set of regulations that came after the 2008 financial crisis. It is intended to stop banks from doing crazy things that could risk the whole economy. While some parts of it have been rolled back to ease the burden on smaller banks, they are still keeping an eye on it, and it has an impact on how they do things. Let's switch gears and address potential threats. One major risk is something completely out of the control of the bank: military spending. They are very reliant on federal military spending in Hawaii. Imagine if the US government decided to cut back on its military presence in Hawaii. This would impact everything, and they admit it could really hurt their business. They have to manage these risks carefully in order to ensure stability. Another big risk is Hawaii's real estate market. A huge chunk of their loans is tied to properties in Hawaii. If tourism dips or if people start working remotely and stop needing office spaces, then real estate values could fall, which means people might struggle to repay their loans. And we're talking about Hawaii after all. Climate change and natural disasters are a major concern. This isn't just some theoretical issue for them. Think about rising sea levels, extreme storms. Everything has an impact on people's property, their ability to pay loans, or simply keeping the business running. Now let's talk about what is going on inside the company. The report talks a lot about their employees and their strategies for keeping their employees happy. One big thing is diversity, with a large percentage of their workforce identifying as minorities and females. They also heavily invest in training and development for their employees, as you want the best to be working for you. Alright, let's see how BOH is doing financially in the past year. They start off by saying that as of June 28, 2024, the aggregate market value of their outstanding voting common stock held by non-affiliates was approximately $2.23 billion. They end the report saying total assets were $23.6 billion. For the year, they made $150 million in profit, but they actually made less this year. Let's check out why exactly it happened. One major reason for why profits decreased was due to their net interest income, which decreased by $30.4 million. This is mainly because they are paying more to hold deposits, but they are making more off loans. Their non-interest income, all the fees and charges, it also fell, but not as much as the interest income at only 2%. BOLI, which is bank-owned life insurance, increased, but it was offset by lower gains on investment securities. Looking at the other side of the business, expenses also dropped, which is good. Their expenses decreased by 1.7% compared to the prior year. Lower FDIC insurance assessment, which is a fee banks pay to insure deposits, helped a lot. This special assessment by the FDIC is related to the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and First Republic Bank. It caused them a big headache in 2023 and is still costing them money in 2024. Breaking it down by sector, their consumer banking profits increased. Revenue increased because of increased fees and the fact that bank customers are paying more for their accounts. Okay, let's peek at some key strategies. The company is emphasizing their cybersecurity and talking about how they are integrating cybersecurity risk into their overall risk management framework. The company also said that it reported no material cybersecurity incidents. Good for them. Now for the important part: risk factors. What keeps management up at night? They need to effectively manage a lot of risks. For example, one area is that their mortgage banking income may experience significant volatility. In another risk, consumer protection initiatives and court decisions may affect their remedies as a creditor. They also include their proxy statements to be filed and their executive compensation, which is the document with all the details on the management team. Okay, so what's our take on Bank of Hawaii? It seems like a stable bank overall, but they are facing serious headwinds. The Hawaii economy is very reliant on tourism and military spendings, and with world events, the market can be volatile. It seems like they have a good handle in managing their business. They are also investing in new technologies to ensure that they stay competitive. One thing that caught my eye was how sensitive the bank was to changes in interest rates and the reliance on a sustained low-rate environment. They have to be very careful how they manage their liquidity if the market changes. Overall, while there are challenges ahead, Bank of Hawaii Corporation seems to be a well-managed company with deep roots in its community. It's not a high-growth stock, but it could be a steady, reliable investment depending on how the Hawaiian economy fares. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what company we should decode next.